Imagine you got really good grades at A-levels and you went to one of the best universities in the world, number 3 in Europe in fact, and you've graduated with a first-class degree, but you can't get a job. Well, that's what happened to Emily Chong. When she graduated from University College at 22 years old, she thought it would be pretty easy because she had a first, she was on the Dean's list, which means that she was actually top 5% of a graduating class, and since August last year, she estimates she has applied for more than 100 positions across public relations, advertising, and communications with no success. Most of our lives, we have been told that working hard and getting good grades will get us to where we want to be. But she's now realized that this isn't the case. I have one main argument that I want to try and prove to you today, which is considering student loans and the financial burden that places on you as an individual, going to a university that is not one of the best universities in the world might be a bad decision. But first, I have to qualify something. I go to University College London. I study history and politics in Americas, and I'm pretty scared for my degree chances, and I'm at, I would say, a pretty decent university. And so this might just be me spreading my fear to other people, but I feel like my fear is pretty logically backed up. First, let's talk about A-levels. When you finish A-levels, you pretty much have two choices. You either go into further education or you go into work. And most people feel this pressure where they probably can't take a gap year because of pressures from parents, pressures from students, and there's this clear route where you either go to university or you just go and try and find some work somewhere. But the problem with the first option is that going to university has become one of the biggest financial burdens you can place on yourself ever. A lot of people going to university, for example in London, but also just all over the country, are racking up student loans that they will never pay back. And within the new system, the student loan category that you'll be funneled into is band 5, which basically means you start paying when you earn above, I believe, 20,000, and the write-off period is quite a bit longer than the previous ones, I believe at 40 years. So it means that you could be paying a percentage of your income to your student loan for 40 years, but because of the way that interest is calculated, your student loan will never actually go down substantially, not even close to the point where you'll be paying it off. Which means that you might be signing yourself up to something that you pay to for the rest of your life. 40 years is a long time. If you graduate at 22, you're gonna be paying until you're 63 years of age, near retirement. What are you getting for this financial burden? Well, the argument would be that you're getting a degree, and a degree means that you'll be more likely to have employment. So let's analyze this argument. Despite this example of Emily Chong really struggling to find a job, it is true that even in this currently struggling market, people with university degrees are more likely to find jobs than people without university degrees. But here's where I throw in my caveat: degree apprenticeships, where you can get a university degree but you go into work at the same time. And I want to make you very aware, I don't do a degree apprenticeship. I don't know any companies doing degree apprenticeships. They have not sponsored this video. But if you just consider with me from a logical perspective, you might not get as good of an university education from a degree apprenticeship, but the important bit is you have experience in your pocket already, which makes you separate from all other graduates. It means that you actually have real world experience, and perhaps more importantly, you don't have any debt. You'll be positive the whole time you're at your degree apprenticeship and after it. You don't go into a single penny of debt, but you get that university degree and you get real world work experience and you get a salary on top of that. There's a few things I have to say here. In terms of academics, I think if you really enjoy academics, going to university and then going further into academics is a great thing. And it probably means that you'll be happy paying your student loan because it's something you really enjoy. But for the large proportion of people who are going to university to get a job, I'm uncertain that you'll actually benefit from paying all of that money and getting that degree. Because the way the current job market is shaping up, and I haven't even mentioned AI yet, it's going to be very scarce to find a job in the future because of all of the pressures. I'm not a financial advisor, I don't do economics, but I try and keep up with the trends. And it's undeniable that in both the US and the UK, the current job market is declining. In the US, consumer confidence has been low for a very long time. And there's a lot of other figures that also show just general weakening of the economy in both countries. Obviously, I'm not a fortune teller, even experts get this wrong. But when you have those signs on the wall, I think we should take precautions to prepare ourselves as individuals. And I guess the general point I'm trying to make here is, if this can happen to Emily Chong, it could happen to me, and it could potentially happen to you. And so when you're planning about your future, when you're planning, how am I going to be employed? How am I going to provide for myself in 3 years? Consider the fact that a university degree, more than ever before, does not guarantee employment. And there might be potential avenues that are miles better financially and also in terms of employment than a university degree, especially considering the subjects that you're applying to and the universities that you are applying to. And I just want to end by saying one thing. I have a very good friend who's taking a gap year, and he has the belief that everyone should take a gap year, and I think he's somewhat right. I think university is an exciting thing to jump into, and it's the natural thing, because when every one of your friends is going to university, you're going to feel that pressure that you want to go to university. But a gap year could do wonders if you are able to stay disciplined and if you find good opportunities. The internet is a wonderful place where you can find many things to help you with your future life and to do in your gap year. And it doesn't hurt to take a look. You'll never regret looking for potential other options at this stage in your life. And so I'm not pleading you to, just reject all of your uni choices and just go be jobless for a year. But I really want to say, just take a pause, just stop. Don't worry about the rush of everyone thinking about university. What comm am I going to? I'm going to go stay at this place. I'm going to be so excited to go out. Just pause from that for a moment and just think, what would be best for my future?